All right, how are you guys doing? I'm just gonna jump in. As usual, we're just gonna start with whatever is annoying me on the page. Like the first thing I noticed, I guess I'll say it like that. If we're being positive. A lot of this paint's kind of dried up now. So I've done a lot of work on the figure. I like it. I do think though that I'm gonna have to simplify it because like the muscular anatomy like is kind of cool, but it doesn't give me the vibe I want. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold on after you finish this. I think what I'm gonna do is take out all this blue because I think it kind of makes it confusing. It was supposed to be like his chest and his stomach, but I think. Oh snap! What's up, Tat the Tank? How you doing? How are you doing? I think instead of what we're gonna do, instead of the blue for the stomach and stuff and the chest and like the bouncing light, that's just too much. I think that's just too much. I don't think it reads very well. So what we're gonna do instead is mix up a dark red, which I don't know if you guys can tell. Oops. But like in here, oops. In here I put some dark red, in the here, like all the darkest parts I put dark red. I'm gonna take that in here as well and try to make that look a little better. Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to have a whole lot of bounce light coming off of a horse. That's great to hear. That's great to hear, Tat the Tank. Yeah, it's been a little while. I'm glad. I think I saw you. I think it was the last stream or maybe the last video where I saw you commented, and I was like, "Oh, dude, Tat the Tank is back. The man is back." I didn't really think I was gonna stream tonight. I was working on something I'm writing lately. I was working on that, and then I had painted earlier today, so I also like wasn't in the mood to really bust out paints again because I'd already done it. But you know, here we are. Here we are. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up really dark. I also watched this documentary, which kind of got on my nerves too. I think that maybe is a little bit of what it is too. That why I wasn't really like feeling the painting right now. But we're here right now, in the moment. So that's good. Okay, this is like a really dark red. It almost looks just black, but it's not. You know, let me see. I have a reference that I drew out a little. This is kind of what I'm going for. So I think it adds so much confusion when I have too much. Like this is nicer and simpler. Also, excuse the nails. I hope I don't have to keep saying that all the time. Give me a second. Yeah, I think that just looks simpler and cleaner. And less cluttered than it does when you add in all the muscles and stuff. You know what's so crazy? So I stopped biting my nails. I say this like every stream, I feel like. But I stopped biting my nails, and now like I can't believe how conscious you have to be with not having stuff under your nails. All right, that should be good enough. I don't think you guys care. I think all of us here are homies. We're all good. You guys aren't gonna judge. Okay. So I'm gonna take some of this red and just simplify all this. We don't need all this fancy schmancy shading. Just get rid of that. Get rid of all that. I could kind of take this all the way. It kind of hurts me to do because I spent a little bit, a good amount of time on that, but if it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good, so we'll be getting rid of it. And I guess we'll do the same for the bottom of here. I don't mind this as much. This like doesn't look bad, but just to keep it all cohesive, we'll make it dark red as well. That makes a little more sense. We're gonna need a different value for the middle or a different color, but doesn't look bad. I also struggled a bit with the head, getting the head to be the right size. But I think at the moment it kind of looks okay. I mean, you guys let me know. I think it looks, you guys are kind of at an angle, but I think it looks okay. The size of the head. But aside from that, not a whole lot is new. I am working on this, or working on finishing this book. Let me see if where is it at? Oh, here it is, okay. If you're curious, this is the book I'm currently reading. It is really, you just can't even see it. So far, this book is really good. So far, this book is pretty good. Hold on. Okay. All right, let me just put this to the side. Yeah, that book is really good. That book is really good. I'd been holding off on reading it for a little bit because I wasn't sure if because I read like the first couple pages, and I was a little bit like not really sold on it. But the more I get into it, the better it is. And it's really good now. I'm more than halfway through at this point. And it's well worth the read. Well worth the read. Which is more than I can say about some books. There has been books where I've gotten like halfway through and I can't seem to keep going. Actually, I'm usually not someone who's like a slave to the book. If it's not good, I won't finish it, but sometimes I kind of feel like I need to get my money's worth. Ooh, is Lonesome Dove a Western? Is that a Western, like a modern Western? Is that what that is? I think I heard someone talk about that before, but I don't know if it's the same book. I think that might be a modern Western, if I'm not mistaken. I think someone in the live stream said that a while ago. They were reading that book. Unless I got mixed up. Okay, it is a Western. It is a Western. Wait. Hold on. No, I think I got rid of it. Oh, man. Yeah, hold on. I had this, I had a book that I think might have been called Lonesome Dove, but I got rid of it a long time ago. Let me see. I'm gonna look at the cover. No, I don't think it was the same book. Yeah, no, it wasn't the same book. What's it about? I think I've seen this before, though. I have a hard time reading like longer Westerns. 'Cause I feel like when I'm watching a western or reading a western, I want it to be like quick and to the point. But it looks good. It looks kind of like maybe there's a romance in it. Is it like a romance type western? You know, people, I guess especially guys. I think the word romance is kind of like a little bit of a strange term to read. But I think all good movies are like all good movies are romances. All good books are romances in a way. It's just like if they're about the romance or if that's kind of like a side part. I don't know if this book is. This book looks like it's more like lonely. Let's look up a summary. Oh, there's also a movie. Okay. Lonesome Dove is the story of retired Texas Rangers Gus McCrae and Woodrow Call, who lead dangerous cattle drive from Texas to Montana in the late 1870s, seeking one last adventure in the fading days of the American frontier. Oh, that sounds kind of cool. Sounds pretty cool. Have you ever seen the movie Hostels? Hostels is very good. It's kind of like, it's not like a cattle drive, but it's this Civil War general is responsible for transporting a Native American chief back to his reservation, or back to like, I guess yeah, to a reservation. Not back to his reservation, but back to, I guess just to the reservation. Yeah, that movie's really good. That movie's really good. It's a really good movie. Hostels is really good Western. I like the older Westerns. I haven't seen a good one in a while. I haven't seen a lot of like really good old, like 1960s, 1970s Westerns in a while. But there's a lot of those movies. A lot of those movies. They made so many of those. And they're all, like, a lot of them are like the exact same. It's so funny. There's so many like Django's. Like they're like knockoff Django's because I don't like anyone to own that name. There's like 10 different Sartanas. Like Sartana, Django, probably like the name Texas is tossed around. So many of the characters in westerns have like the exact same archetype and character and story. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've definitely heard of Louis L'Amour or Louis L'Amour. I haven't read it though. It just looks too big. I just can't. I don't know. Who knows? I might get into it again. I might get into reading westerns, but I need something like quick. I need like a quick, like a short. Like I was reading a Robert Frost, like a book of Robert Frost short stories, and some of those were westerns. It's too bright. Yeah, I just prefer short stories. There's a movie called Keoma, Keoma. That's a really good western. It's not the best. I'm not gonna say it's the best I've ever seen, but it's a decent western. And I've seen The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, but I don't really remember. I don't think I was paying enough attention to it for it to really like stick in my mind. I'm gonna simplify these values really quick. Just move everything up a value and just fill it in. We need to figure out this hand as well. James Patterson. Okay, he has a lot of short stories, but now let me look up James Patterson. You know what, Tata Tank? I've also had a hard time reading fiction as well. Patterson. I've had a hard time reading like anything fiction. Did he write the Swimmer? Who wrote The Swimmer? Was that James Patterson? No, that was John Cheever. It's different, totally different person. I need to read The Swimmer. I just haven't gotten around to it. Ooh, that darkened up a lot. Do you guys see that? I did not even notice. While we're talking about James Patterson, this thing just paint light or dry, darker. Oh, okay. I you know what I heard? I heard that people that read murder mysteries are kind of intelligent. I heard there's like a link between that. And I don't read murder mysteries, so I guess that tells you all you need to know. So we're gonna have to see how this dries because the last one dried really, really dark. So we'll see if this one doesn't dry the same. That's what they say, Tata Tank. That's what they say. That's what all the experts say. I don't mind dealing a little bit with like crime movies or crime shows or stuff like that. But I wouldn't say they're my forte. I prefer like I don't know what genre you would say I prefer. I guess I don't know, I like very succinct movies. I like thought provoking. That's what I like. I like thought provoking movies. Like movies where it'll like leave you thinking about something for the rest of the month. I like those kind of movies. Like twist endings or like concepts that go a little deeper than what the movie's actually about. I like stuff like that. Okay, this didn't dry that dark, so we're gonna need to... Actually, I don't mind this being the lighter value of the skin. This thumb is gonna be fixed later. It shouldn't move too much because it is opaque or pretty like thick paint right now. I also don't know if I want to keep the horse blue. I know it's kind of late to be doing that, but I don't know if I want to keep this horse blue. I don't hate it. I think it's actually a really strong, like, at least the face is very strong. I just don't know if I want it to be completely blue like this. I need to add some shadow as well. That's fair. That's a pretty good combo. YouTube and books. I wouldn't mind. Well, I probably would be for the first little while, but I would like to be mostly just books. Books and conversation. Imagine that. Imagine that combo. Imagine the mental health, the mental well-being that would come to you if you just had books and conversations. My goodness. You know what I can't stand? Oh my goodness. The opposite of that. When I say how healthy you'd be if you just read books and had conversations for your entertainment. The exact opposite of that is going on Facebook. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm not gonna lie. If I go on Facebook and like literally in 15 minutes, my mind will I'll be in a much worse mood than I was in 15 minutes ago. I think Facebook is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I can't even go on Facebook. Probably because I don't spend enough time to make the app know what I want to see, which is I don't want to. But yeah, Facebook is it'll drive me insane. It'll drive me insane. Yeah, I think it would be nice to just mostly conversations and books. I mean, that's what it must have been like back in the day, like in the 1800s. Just conversations and books. But to be fair, you get so much more information with videos and TV. Well, TV not so much. Well, I guess you can watch how it's made. I used to watch that on TV all the time. We're gonna go vibrant. We're gonna go really stark right now with this red. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is really good. But it's a shame you have to go on the Facebook app to do it. I think they should make a separate app, just the Marketplace app. Because I don't want to see a bunch of conspiracies and stuff at the same time. I want to use Facebook Marketplace without all the conspiracies and all the stress. Okay, let's go real bright with this red. It's a thin line. I don't want this to look like blood, so it's going to be a thin line walking of, is this blood or is this just red shading? I think it reads like blood. Oh no. You know what? We could use that to our advantage. It could be blood, theoretically. Just hypothetically, this is not blood. For the sake of YouTube, this isn't blood. This is cherry. This is cherry strawberry syrup. All right, everyone in here. This is cherry strawberry syrup that he dropped on his arm. We could make the cherry strawberry syrup drip down the... Would that be cool? If the cherry strawberry was dripping over here. Maybe there's a little hole right there. Maybe it's dripping. I didn't intend for this to be like this. The plan was mostly kind of chill, but I guess, you know what? I actually had... let me see if I can find it. This might be a way to sort of redeem a painting that I didn't finish last time. It's right here. Okay. Okay, so I had a painting, or at least a drawing. I could show you guys the painting as well. That's a pretty nice little little group of posts and stuff. Volkswagen and urban sketching. All right, so I had this drawing. Oh, it's crazy. Okay, this actually is really similar. I didn't even think about this. I didn't even think about how similar these two paintings were. So I had this drawing that started out like this. So the idea was like a buffalo soldier that like got shot with arrows and stuff, and like boom boom, he got shot with arrows in the back, and he's like trying to ride away, but he's like bleeding out a little bit. And then I tried to do like this, like try to get a whole like full body scheme. Let me see what's written down here. Sometimes I use my papers as notes too, so I don't know what's written on these. But yeah, I wanted to do something like this. I ended up redrawing it to something like this, which I didn't like. I mean, I tried it out, but it didn't end up turning out good. Then this was a simplified version of it. All right, and then I'll show you guys the big painting, and it didn't turn out right. All right, and then this is the big, this actually is huge. It didn't seem that big when I was working on it. But it is kind of a gigantic painting. It's like at least like a 15 by 15 probably. Let me back out. I kind of want to finish this now. This is kind of a cool painting. Let me back up. So this is the painting that I didn't finish, but it is really similar. And then this is the current painting. This thing is huge. Oh my goodness, look at how big this is. Like this is probably a 10 by 10 canvas, 10 inches by 10 inches. This is probably like a, yeah, probably about a 15 by 15. That was a good guess. Yeah, so this is a huge painting. Goodness, this is big. Yeah, I never finished this. But this is, I guess this is kind of similar. I didn't realize how close they were in like ideas. So now I gotta think if I want to add the arrows. That would actually make sense. Okay, hold on. I might do that. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Because in a way I can kind of redeem this painting that never got finished. Okay, oh, I gotta work this out. I gotta think in my head, how am I gonna do this? I'm actually really glad that I didn't even think about that. These are so similar. I guess this is what happens when you watch cowboy movies all day and read cowboy stuff. You just think about cowboys all day. And your paintings turn out similar. All right, so I think what I'm going to do... Well, first of all, I want to redo this painting someday. Or at least use this canvas again, because it's huge. Okay, I'm going to set this down. Okay. That actually makes me really happy to know that this painting kind of is the follow-up of that one. Didn't even think about it. All right, you know what we can do. So in this one we had the arrows coming this way, like back. This time I think it would make sense if maybe we had like a few in the grass. Like a few in the grass. Maybe this one's like broken, like just the back end of it is still there. And then would there be, maybe there would be one like, hmm. I was gonna say maybe there would be one like here. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, you know what? Let's think about this aesthetically. Let's think just aesthetically, purely aesthetically. I think aesthetically, just based on looks, an arrow might look nice here. Boom. But I don't want it to look dead. That's the only thing. I don't want it to look dead. And that's a thin line we're walking. That's a thin line we're walking if we're putting an arrow right here. That's probably gonna look like he's not, you know, doing so well. But aesthetically that makes sense right there. Let's think of another one. We could do one like through the leg. We could do like one that's like this, boom. Put arrow through there. But that's kind of, that doesn't really do a lot for me in this, like this right here. Because if we put one right here, it doesn't do much for the painting. I think the biggest statement would be something up here, like either here, here, here. I think this way makes more sense because everything in the painting is so arching this way, like, I hope I'm speaking English. Everything in the painting is so, I guess I'll just draw it out. Like everything in the painting is going this way so much. That it wouldn't, I think it would be nice if we just disrupt this and put something like that. So then we kind of have the like, that sort of thing going on. I'm gonna think about that, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna continue with the strawberry jelly, the cherry strawberry jelly jam, like this guy got going on. It is so interesting that that painting came back around because I haven't touched that painting in such a long time, and I think the red is really gonna help just make the painting look like it has more going on than just blue and green. All right, so if I was strawberry jam, where would I drip? I'd probably go, let's see, probably over here, then down the arm. And then probably like over here. And maybe there would be some jelly jam right here too. I don't know how I would paint like smudged. I guess we'll get it figured out. Maybe we'll do like just a handprint. Like that. But you know, yeah, I'm gonna use this like really dark color around there and then make like a spotlight around the handprint. This is going pretty smoothly. I wonder now, I don't think I'll ever finish that painting now, I guess. Because this one's kind of like, there's no need to finish that one if this one's so similar. might still finish the other one because this one is really different. It's like the same thing, but not really. It's kind of the same, but it's kind of different as well. I'm gonna fix this real quick. The horse on this painting was also, like, the body of the horse was, I'd say it's still not really fully done. But it's been more challenging than the head, I think. Because the head is more, like, it's clear when it's done. Because it looks like a horse head. But the body's kind of tough because it's kind of, like, a little bit amorphous. Like, it's kind of difficult to tell the planes apart. I have rain sounds running in the background, so I hope that's not distracting. Just forgot I even had them on. Also, this is so off topic, but did you guys know that if you guys have like an iPhone, you can just play rain sounds just like from your headphones? There's this thing where if you go into like your if you go into your, what's it called, like your navigation, where you have like your volume up, volume down, your brightness, you can just turn on rain sounds. I think that's really cool. I don't use it a whole lot, but it's a fun idea. I really wish I had. I guess we still can do it, but I just don't think it'll be the same if I do it now. I wish I had remembered that painting so I could like include more of it in this. Because they're so close, but they still have a lot different. I wish I would have, especially like, I wish I had accounted for the fur coat. Because the fur coat was like a big part of the last painting. But I don't think it's worth adding it in now. I guess we could, but it would just be difficult and tedious, and I don't even think it'd be worth it. But it wouldn't make sense either, because we're in like broad daylight in the summer warmth. Yeah, we gotta drip it off a little bit. I don't even know if I'm fully committed to the cherry syrup. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I'm fully committed to it. I guess we are now. We've done so much bright red on this painting now. I guess we're committed to it. Hey, Blue, thank you. I'm getting tired. I'm getting a little tired. Ooh, okay. I thought about I thought about that. I originally had the sky really, the sky has gone through a lot of different, like, not colors, but mostly values. I thought about doing it fully white. I just don't know if I really want to. Purple, purple's. I think we're gonna stick with the blue. We might change the value, and if on camera it looks really close to the horse, but in real life it's a little bit brighter than the horse. So yeah, I don't know if I'll change. We'll see, maybe. If anything, and I really don't want to do it because I know the work is gonna take. If anything would change, it would be the color of the horse. And I would make it closer to white. But I don't know if I want to do that. We treated those dummies fairly and honestly and earnestly and with love and respect. I don't know what you're talking about, Blue. Thank you. I appreciate it, Janadius. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think if anything is going to change, it's going to be the color of the horse. It'll be the color of the horse. Because the horse was never supposed to be blue. The horse was never even supposed to be blue. It just got out of control of it. And I didn't want to go back. So I think, like, theoretically, if anything will change, it'll be the color of the horse. That's if. I might keep the horse blue, because I like the blue horse. And I think it kind of makes you think for a second, like, why is the horse blue? But you know what? Like, we could change the color of the horse without changing the whole color of the horse. It really would only take, like, this middle. We would just have to exchange the middle value out for, like, a gray, brown, white kind of color. So it wouldn't be the whole horse. It would just be a lot of the middle stuff would change color. But all right, we got to figure out where the arrow is going. Dude, Blue, we might change the horse color, Blue. It might be white. Or like a... I wish I had... Well, I do have it. You know what I have? Let's use my tablet for the first time in, like, a week. It's not charged. All right, we gotta charge it. You gotta charge it. Here, I'm gonna charge my tablet, and then we're gonna play around with what it would look like with a white horse. Because the thing is I like the blue horse. And I think it looks, like, kind of cool. But I also know that it makes no sense and is, like, totally unnecessary. And it also kind of throws off, like, his skin tone being real. Like, you would think if you had a blue horse, you'd have a blue guy. Or, like, a blue horse and, like, a purple guy or something like that. So it is a little bit like, makes no sense, which I guess is okay, but I'd prefer it to make a little bit more sense. But you know what? You know what? One aspect, one attribute that painters have, certain painters have, that I really respect, and this is one that James Gurney has, because I've seen him do it, is he'll be deep into a painting, and something will be like just slightly off, and he is more than willing to just go in there and just tear the whole painting down to fix this little thing. I respect that a lot. I respect that a lot. Because that's scary when you have like a painting that like looks, it's pretty good, but like it's not what you want, and you just go in and just ravage the whole painting just to fix this one little thing. Like I think one time James Gurney was painting like his granddaughter or grandson, a little baby painting, and he didn't like the nose or something. He just didn't like it, and he was like, okay, let's just redo this whole face. And he just completely obliterated the painting. But it ended up better than it started off. But it was just still like, it's interesting how willing he was to just like completely abandon what was mediocre and attempt to go for what was perfect in his eyes. So I'm talking myself up into doing this, dude. I think I'm gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna just make this horse a standard color. Because it looks cool blue, but it also doesn't look right. Like, let me grab, I keep doing this every time. I'm gonna grab the other paintings to make sure if it doesn't, see if it makes any sense. Like, okay, so if we had these three paintings, let's say you were in a gallery, right? Let's say that you're in a gallery, and you see these three paintings next to each other. Excuse the Crocs. I feel like the first thing that'll stand out to you is like, why is this horse blue? So let's say you see this painting right here. Can we go up higher? Yeah, we can go higher. Look at how high we can go. Isn't that cool? Okay, you see like this painting's right here, this painting right here, and then this painting. I feel like the big question is, why is this horse blue? Everything else is like cohesive, not cohesive, everything else like makes logical human mental capacity sense, except for the blue horse. I don't know, I'm kind of liking it though. I don't know. The more I look at it, I kind of like the blue horse. Okay, we're gonna see. We will see. Okay, sorry guys. That might also give us a chance, if we change the color to white, it might also give us a chance to kind of work with some of this middle stuff that's kind of like choppy and doesn't look right. And the beautiful thing too, the beautiful thing about this is a lot of times the color change won't look that stark if you just use the same value of color. Like if you put two of the same value next to each other, even if they're different colors, it'll kind of look like relatively, it'll make sense. I'm waiting for this thing to charge, and I don't think it'll be charged by the time. I don't think it'll be charged in time for us to do it today. So you guys might come back tomorrow and see a completely white horse. But whatever decision I decide to make, I will learn to live with it, and we will move on. As always. If Janadius Journey is still here, I don't know if you're still here. Well, I have two questions. First one, did I say your name correctly? The second one is how did you find the channel? I think this is the first time I've seen you comment. If you're still here, If not, that's okay. Let's mix it up brown. I think I want the color to be like, or the arrow. Well, let's look up arrows. We gotta make sure we have a historically accurate arrow. And then we'll cover it up later with like grass and stuff. Okay, these look kind of simple. Okay. We'll just mix a light brown. Macho man. Let's mix this light brown, dull it out with a black a little bit. Let's see. Let's toss in an arrow. Where would an arrow be? I guess there'd be like maybe one back here makes sense. Well, okay, let's see. What direction are we thinking they're coming from? Probably this way, right? Probably this way. I was gonna put them going this way, but I guess this way makes more sense. So we're gonna mix up maybe one here. Maybe, I think here makes sense. Probably like this long. We're just making stuff up, honestly. Just making it up. One over there, probably missed. Another one here that missed. And then we need one that's broken that hit, but only half of it's still on the ground. Yeah, this one will be maybe in a different position, maybe like sticking up out of the ground or something. Or maybe this one's like in a different direction like this, because it broke off. That was too thick, but it'll be alright. Let's add little feathers at the back. What do feathers look like? Or just classic, like white and gray feathers. This tablet isn't charging well. We gotta do something about that later. Okay, let's add in some feathers. All right, you know what, guys? I think that's it because I need to work out if I'm changing the horse color, and I think that's a tomorrow issue. So thank you guys for stopping by. I'm really happy that you guys chatted with me for a little bit, and I got to talk to some of you guys. I'll see you guys later. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But all right, bye, guys.